Hello friends, this is the GrownUp Gamer and welcome to another game develop session. Today, as we finish on the last episode, we are stealing some animations from the template that we got, and the model, of course, and applying to our current project. Things will start to move a little bit fast from now on, so if you have any questions or doubts, or if you want to ask something, feel free to write in the comments. So, let's start. Okay, so what I want to steal, let's say, from here is that let's go back to that scene and I want to grab the shadow object, which I don't know, let me see who models char shadow. Okay, so this is, we have this, which is the, let me get myself in here. We have this, which is the skeleton that we could use. So I'm copying that and pasting over to my own project. Good, now we have the animations. So what happens now is that this guy here will get the, you get the move behavior, which will have a move speed, and then the camera needs a new target, which is going to be this char shadow. Oh, I think I forgot to add the rigid body to the skeleton, so it should just, it will probably fall over the map. Let's see. Or it's going to do nothing. Yeah, it's doing nothing. Okay. See, it's rotating, but it has no animation, so nothing's actually happening there. We have the animator controller here, which is going to be character for now. You might change this later, but for now it is that. And as you can see, there is states on those animations over here. And if you go to the animations on the locomotion thing, actually, we have the idle animation, which is an animation clip. And if you give play to this animation, you guys can see that there's some movement happening here, which is the basic state. This will be here. Then I'm going to put the locomotion, and then there is the walk forward animation, which is a very quick basic animation that plays here. We are going to put it here. Okay, so it can go to the walk forward, and then it can go back to the idle, and this should work. I hope so. Let's go back to this scene. We add the character to the runtime controller, and let's see. And we are back to the movement behavior here, the script of the movement behavior. So it stays the same, it moves with the keys. Now we have a animator state that's going to be activated whatever we are moving based on movement magnitude. Basically, this only tells the script that the speed of the animation will be based on the actual move speed, which is one of the parameters that we set up here. And then there is going to be a speed property on my animation that's going to be this value of the speed. If we go to the animator and click on the walk forward, you can see that there is a speed property here. This is the thing that we are changing on that script. And then the idle. The idle is idle, it should be the first state. Let's see if it works. Should be a little rough if it works. Oh yeah, okay, so see. The idle animation works perfectly, but there's something wrong with the walking animation that's not triggering properly. So yeah, it plays the idle animation, then it goes to the walk forward, and then goes back. So the problem is that it's not going to the walk forward when I am moving. It's going all the time. So let's change this. So here on the animator, I created a new transition between the idle and the walk forward. I want to see how what does it looks like. Yeah, see, there's something wrong with this transition over here. It's not getting smooth like we want to. So this is not working properly. And I want to try to fix this. Alright, so I have made some changes here. First of all, I have created the idle as the main entry. Then it has a transition to walk forward, which has a condition, and this condition is a parameter that I set here. The standard is 0. So when the speed is greater than 0.1, it goes to the walking animation, and when the speed is less than 0.1, it goes back to the idle animation. On the script, I didn't change much. I actually just got this speed as the current move speed, which is a calculation of my direction and the move speed itself. And remember that the move speed itself is just the parameter, the speed of my movement. So yeah, this should work. Let's see. Let's go back to the scene, play the game. Yeah. Just think. It kind of works. It's just a little slow for some reason. It takes a while to trigger. Like, let's go back to the animator. Oh yeah, this is because the idle animation, it plays the idle animation fully. It should interrupt the animation, so it can stop. Let me see if I can change that. So there is a property here on the timeline that it says has exit time, and I'm taking it off both the states to see if it solves our issue. And yes, it does. There's some inertia because the animation has to play to the end, but it works. Good, very good. So I'm just changing, take the fixed duration out and get the duration there. This should make the movement a little more snappier because there's just too much inertia happening right now, and this is not good. Yeah, see? It just stops. Snap. This is what we actually want. Much, much better. Not perfect, but much better. I want to limit the offset of the main camera. Not comfortable with this still. Let's go back to the basic camera script because we're going to change some stuff here. So limit vertical rotation. It already has a limit vertical rotation, but it's limiting. I didn't feel like it is limited. Man, I don't know where to leave my face here. I just covered everything. Oh yes, it does limit. In a very weird way, but it does limit. I need to change those values, they're not good. So I'm going to create here 2 more variables, which is going to be a public float, which is going to be named limit y rotation, and it has an inferior value. And also going to create another variable, public float, which is going to be limit y rotation superior, which the current value is 80. And I'm going to use those variables instead of those fixed values here, so I have a little bit more control over the editor. There you go. So yeah, now with those 2 values down here, it's easier for me to actually change. Let's try with 10 and 30 first to see how limited it's going to be. And I want to reach the values. Okay, the -10 works really well for me. Okay, so I have tested some values here, and distance is 2, the Y rotation inferior is -10 and the superior is 30. One problem is that when I use those values, even though I feel like the camera is on the right position, there's still one more problem, which is the y-axis offset of the camera. As you can see, I can only see the bottom half of my character, and this is not interesting to me. I want to see the top half as well. So I'm going to create a new variable here on the camera script, which is going to be public default y position offset. I'm actually going to create something a little more dynamic here, which is basically just going to be a full offset value of the vector tree, which is basically a 3D position on the space. Oh, but this is for rotation. This offset's for rotation. I'm creating an offset for position. Okay, let me explain what's happening here. We have something that's already called offset here, but this offset is for the rotation, not the position of the camera, and we also need to change the position. So I'm going to just do offset position here, and again that should do the trick. I was thinking a little more about this. I don't think I need this guy over here. This can only be like a simple float y offset, and this one will incorporate the y offset as it should be. It kind of worked. But this offset's not good. Oh, this is way too high. This is still not good, because if I press play here with this offset, the offset seems to be like imagine this ends the player. The offset's like doing that, and I want it to do that. So it's not moving as I want it to move. Okay, I just realized what the problem is, and it's something really stupid. It has a transformation down here that actually tells the camera to look at the target. We don't want that, because if we look at the target, when we raise the camera, it is going to look at the target, so it's going to orbit around the target. This is definitely not what we want. So I'm taking this line out. Actually, I'm commenting this line, and I want to see how it works without the look at transformation. So this will probably allow me to actually set the offsets that I need, and I'm probably not going to use offsets, full offsets. I'm going to use the offsets of the script. Not going to use orbit offsets, I mean only position offsets. Yeah, okay, so yeah, there will be a problem here because I'm not looking to the target anymore. Hello again, people. This is the very next day before I stopped recording yesterday, and my camera is off because I look dreadful as I have a very, very bad hangover. But in my drunken dreams, I actually have solved the issue with the camera orbit. So yeah. So currently our main issue is that the fixed point of the camera where it's orbiting, it's on my butt. That's not good. What I'm going to do here actually is in the script, in the camera script, I'm going to create another variable, which is going to be another object variable, and this guy will be called camera pivot. I'm going to take this variable here, and on the last line, which is our issue, instead of forget it, this is a transform. Just fixing, this is a transform actually. Okay, so instead of looking to the target, he's going to look to the camera pivot. And this should fix the issue, I hope so. For that to work, I will create an empty game object, which will be called basically camera pivot, so it stays with the theme. I'm going to put this here on the character, so it follows it when it moves, and I'm going to put the camera pivot here on this variable that I created. So that means when I press play, and yeah, see, we fixed. Now our camera pivot is working. The only thing I have to do is to position that empty game object that I created in the head or the neck. Yeah, the neck of the character. Definitely looks way better than what we started with. And I kind of have some free orbit control here. Just thinking this. Okay, so I need to fix the limits too. Alright, so to finish today, I'm just going to position it where I found it to work. I'm going to give this guy a little render. I just want to see where it is, because if it's just an empty game object, it's not going to help me much. But if it has a collider, I can see exactly where it is. Take that mesh collider off, we do not need it. And we keep with the box collider. There we go. So camera on the neck here. Let me just double check if this is the correct position that I want. Yeah, there we go. Good start. And before I finish today, I want to show you guys a resource that I found from Adobe, which is free. That's called Mixamo. And basically, if you are creating something like I'm doing right now, it's really good, because it gives you basically animations that you can use in order to create your stuff, create your game and stuff that you want. And you can even upload your own character, which for our intents and purposes, I'm going to upload the shadow figure that we are using. And as you can see, since our character had a very good skeleton already made on, it just uses the animations that we want. So if I want a new walking animation, because the one that I'm using is a little bit weird, I can always use that. This is kind of a drunk walking. That's me yesterday. Yeah, that's definitely me yesterday. So if I want an animation, if my player broke a leg or something, this is the animation that I want. We have that. But this is a more happy stroll. Yeah, those animations are pretty good, so it's very likely that I'm going to use them. And if I'm not mistaken, the package that we are using that already has those very basic animations uses them from here too, because they are very look-alike. And there's a ton of stuff here that we can use, like even for the enemies themselves. There's way too much stuff to ignore this, so this is going to be really good. And it's even customizable, so it's insane the amount of stuff you can do here. I'm not sure this is created with AI, I don't think so, but this definitely works, definitely. So yeah, I'm going to finish up here today for now, and on the next few videos we're going to finish animating all the stuff that we need for the basic movement. And maybe do some shooting, who knows, we might get to that point on the next video. So that's it for today, thank you so much, I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe. If you watched it until the end, please leave me a banana, there's a banana emoji, I don't think so. Leave me a fruit emoji on the comments, any fruit works. That was it, thank you so much, see you next time, bye bye.